and let's get started. Okay, you heard my take. Let's bring in a great panel to discuss these issues and more. Joining me here in New York are Tim Naftali, a CNN presidential historian and the former director of the Richard Nixon Presidential Library, Julian Zelizer, political historian at Princeton and a CNN political analyst. In D.C., Robin Wright joins us. She writes for The New Yorker and is a joint fellow at the U.S. Institute of Peace and the Woodrow Wilson Center. And David Frum joins us from L.A. He is a senior editor of The Atlantic and a former speechwriter for President George W. Bush. Julian, I want to start with you because it feels to me like we are at a very important moment in terms of congressional reaction to Donald Trump, Republican reaction. When the Sessions thing broke, you saw senior Republicans like Mitch McConnell publicly disagreeing with Trump in absolutely flat-out terms. On the Russia sanctions, they are passing a bill that the White House did not want. On health care, 3 Republican senators voted against. But I want to read you, Stephen Perlstein in the Washington Post had this wonderful story where he tells that Lisa Murkowski, very conservative senator, is called by the Secretary of Interior threatening that they will no longer support projects of hers in Alaska. She responds by essentially dissing the White House and the Department of Interior, voting against the health care bill, and then postponing all hearings on Interior Department jobs and on its 2018 budget. This feels like a Republican revolt against Donald Trump.
It's beginning. I think we often hear a lot about the importance of the base to President Trump and how he crafts most of his strategy around the base. But really, it's the Republican Party that protects him, and it's the Republican Party upon which he depends, broadly defined. And this week, all the events you've talked about, I think, are some cumulative evidence that the firewall of the Republican Congress is starting to weaken, if not fall apart. And this is very significant. He can't afford this. And with the story of Attorney General Sessions, for example, we've seen ongoing pushback, which is making it difficult for him to do what seems to be the move he's looking for so that he can go after the special prosecutor.